Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours. Tonight is another installment of Vampire the Masquerade Orlando. Tonight, our story takes us to, once again, a very, very popular restaurant that has been quite the hub of activity for our local kindred recently. Our scene pans down to a booth where two kindred in particular are discussing possible business future relations and some discussions about just what is happening in the city of Orlando right now. And our scene begins.
So, well, Alexandra is wearing very sharp clothing again, as always.
I
And
never understood. I never understood the true fashion scene of the states nowadays. It's how do you women wear that stuff? Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but it looks painful sometimes.
well, it might have been painful to Kine, but we're beyond that, aren't we?
Sometimes, but do not ever forget that we do have limitations.
Well, when it comes to pain, we do have higher thresholds, but that's beside the point. We do have to keep some appearances, don't we? And I would really
Somewhat,
like
yes.
to, not always fall under the stereotype of my clan.
Hmm. Unfortunately for me, it's stereotypes abound no matter what I do. But you said you had some possible business ventures to discuss. I am looking to open up a new haven.
Well,
So,
I'm also looking for property, and I've been given the contact of a local real estate agent that is going to help me out, and I would like to extend the offer to you as well.
that would be most appreciative.
I mean, I have my assistant already looking into properties for myself and for my child. If you tell me what specifications you have, we could expand.
Mostly what I am looking for is wide space, almost like a ranch, so to speak,
Mm.
if I were to simplify it.
So we want something that's going to be pretty much outside the main city, but
Yes.
far from Sabat.
My my two best ghouls and babies need a place to roam around.
Oh, so tell me about your goals then.
Oh, Fakey and Gailey?
Are they?
They are uh he's you see him kind of give a little smirk and he says, "Well, perhaps when I get my haven established, you'll have to come by and visit and meet them. They would be very happy to meet you."
That will be my pleasure, certainly. Now, about the what you talked with the prince last night, I really want in on that.
Oh, the hunting?
Yes. I mean, I
Yes.
might look like a court lady, but deep down I'm still a bruja. I need some action every now and then.
Well, I would certainly put in a word for you if no one decides to include you anyway, but if you are indeed a Bruja, then I imagine that they would be eager to have you in that fight. But we have them cornered, but never a good idea to suspect that your enemy is defeated simply because they are cornered. It should be something quite
Oh, I
theatrical.
agree. There's a lot more work to be done still, I believe.
Yes, especially on the outskirts right now. Nonetheless, once I become situated, I will definitely aid in this endeavor. Combat is one of my things.
I think we should transition to the lobby so we don't hog the scene.
Mm-hmm. Scene will transition to lobby.
Steve, that's your cue to get off the elevator and Fernan to get in the hotel.
Instead of two at once, Libby will want to meet Fernan first.
Yes.
You all can spot the newbie coming, the new Ancilla coming out the elevator. So Fernan, about to say, you see, wherever you're in the lobby now, you see the other two characters coming in.
All right.
Now I'm going back to mute.
So, am I going to meet my sire right now?
Well, you're going to run into Thorn.
All right. And
By the way, Steve, you have Auspex.
Yes.
Are you able to see auras to see
Yes.
if he's a kindred?
Yes.
Okay, then make a roll. Roll perception empathy.
yeah, just carry it a bit from me.
It's going to take like 6. It takes like 6 clicks to roll. Let's assume I get 1 success, and the pale outline of a kindred shows around his body.
Then introduce yourself.
My eyebrows raise a little. Oh, greetings. Seems like this is the place to be tonight. I don't believe I've made the acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, I am new here, so I don't know many people over here. It is certainly experience coming here and meeting all you people. So, what is your name?
I go by Thorn Aluze and hold my hand out to give him a firm handshake.
I return the handshake and I say, I'm Fernan Esteves. Nice to meet you.
Indeed. Actually, I'm looking for a couple kindred to actually do a small favor. I'm finding myself new to the city and I'm slightly at need. It's worth a small, minor boon to me if I can borrow perhaps borrow you and a friend for an hour or so.
What do you have in mind?
Well, actually, just a car ride and a car ride back to here. Really, maybe
Well,
great. Nothing illegal at all.
no, I can handle myself during those situations, so
Oh,
that is not a problem.
Well,
So I will.
I'm like, no. It's absolutely nothing for real. It's like I need some stuff moved. Nothing illegal or reparational
Yeah.
or political craziness about it. I need extra hands.
I laugh and say, it's no problem. I was looking to explore the city as well, so it would be a pleasure.
You're new here too? I lived in Florida in my youth, my actual human youth, look around, make sure there's no mortals standing quite close to us. But I've only recently returned to Florida. Are you new to, it sounds like you're new to the city, or are you new to being of the night, so to speak?
No, I am not completely new to being a vampire, but I am brand new to the city, and I'm looking to explore and look for opportunities. So yeah,
An opportunity missed is a piece of power lost. Someone will pick it up if you're not careful. Possibly an enemy.
yeah, true. So where are we going?
Actually,
Yeah.
my mind just blanked. A veterinarian office.
Your voice cut off a bit. Sorry, can you repeat?
Sorry, veterinarian's office actually. But I might need another vehicle. Do you have a car?
Yeah, we have a car outside. My sire has one.
Excellent. See, if you think you can borrow it, and look, and as I look around the corner, I spot it looks like our well-dressed brew hall lady and our rather handsome Jason Momoa-esque gangrel. And I think I see another pair of hands I can borrow.
Yeah, that handsome Ruha lady would be my sire, Alexandra,
Ah,
and I think we can borrow her car.
Alexandra is kind of glaring towards there because she doesn't know who the other person is speaking to her child. And she will gesture them to come close.
Yeah. Come on, let me introduce you to my sire.
oh, thank you.
I take him to meet Alexandra, and we form a group and start a conversation.
Fernando
Alexandra, I
here.
take it.
This is my
Fernand.
child, Jason. Fernand, this is Mr. Jason Davos.
Yeah, we had the pleasure of having a little chat.
Indeed.
And who is your friend?
Step forward and do a slight bow. My name is Thorn Aluze.
Interesting name.
New to this city and back in America after a long 100 years. This is my area of my birth. It's quite happy to be back. I just got permission to enter the city to welcome the prince. And that's your city's Tremere and Malkavian Primogen. Please tell me that you, lovely lady, are a Primogen as well, so that I can run into you over and over again.
No, at least not for the time being. In any case, there is also another 2 members of the Primogen that you have yet to meet.
And you represent what clan, madam?
I do not represent any clan yet. I am Bruja, as is my child. And how about you, sir?
Try to change the direction of the conversation. And go with, like I said, I'm just now new back in town, but I lived in America in my mortal years. I was perhaps wondering if I need an extra pair of hands. I was wondering perhaps if I could own you a small minor boon for the loan of a
Forgive me,
vehicle
but
and
I would need to know to whom exactly I'm offering services here, and you have avoided my question.
If he is avoiding that particular question, there's only one of 3 clans that he could belong to. And 2 of them he would not want to say.
They're
you're among other kindred here.
I've run into strange.
Worry about.
I admit I've run into strange prejudices in America that I'm not used to in Europe. I'm of the old clan.
Ah.
My sires dwelt in the Carpathians for many centuries.
Yes,
generations before.
Very interesting.
We are
However,
not part of the Samis clan, and nor are we part of.
What is your standing with the Camarilla then?
Actually, newly accepted. I look around a little embarrassed. It's
okay.
I'm not embarrassed of my line, but I've got to say if you can't change, you're lost. And I'm afraid my clanmates can't change as well as they're 100 years in a moldy castle is enough. I'm quite ready to make my own in the Americas back home and with the Camarilla.
All right. So what exactly do you need of us?
Actually, I need a pair of hands to help me move a set of boxes and vehicles to carry them. The prince has been kind enough to give me haven here until we're moved in, and I've bought bought land.
All right. How big are these boxes exactly?
Oh, make a hand about waist high.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll
They
have
are
to
not
get the
carrying vampires or mortals or ghouls. They are simply my animal retainers.
Um, did the prince agree with you bringing animals in his hotel?
I absolutely recall him not saying that I was not allowed to, and smile at the Bruja.
Hmm.
Indeed, the prince is allowing me to bring my animals into certain places. I do not think there would be a distinguishable
Sir, I did
distinction.
not. From your address, I do not want to assume clan that might doubt to be of the most noble clan, that of the beast.
Oh, he's good. I like this one. um, yes, that is correct. I am of the clan of the beast, clan gang.
I've met many older gangrels, and sir, if there's ever been a clan whose blood I've dreamed of having,
Um,
to run in animal
may
forms. Oh,
I ask, Thorn, was it?
mhm.
Um, what kind of animals are we talking about? We're talking about big crates here.
Oh, a cat and a simple cat, and it's a Rottweiler breed from what do they call it over here?
A
And
simple cat?
no, and I start running through a couple different languages to get it right, and I stop after about 3 or 4 languages and go back to Savannah cat and a Rottweiler mixed with a German German lab German lamb dog. Is that correct? Oh no, wait, lamb protector. No, I'm sorry. Crap.
German
It's been a while.
Shepherd.
Thank you. That's
Shepherd,
the word. Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
shepherds of the flock.
He's quite pretty.
Well, if you don't have any other way, I can definitely provide a vehicle large enough for your crates.
I could fit one in the back of the Honda, the simple little Honda I rented. Like I say,
Um,
they had anything larger when I came
well,
in.
I have a vehicle large enough to fit both of them in the back.
I was afraid I was going to have to rent a truck or something. Thank you very much. It's hard to do such a things with at these times, and I've yet to accumulate myself to the area and give her the nod and wink. I need. We all need it. We all need a human goal. How do people get by? How do vampires get by without them? Oh my lord.
I wouldn't know.
Oh,
Um, so, would you be joining us, Jason?
I have a small matter that I have to attend to, and as you know, I need to get everything set up for the possible real estate that we'll be discussing. But once I get everything set up, I extend a personal invitation to you and the others, and here and a few others around, as a kind of opening ceremony, if you will, to
All right.
establish the haven. And you are welcome to come by at any time once I get it established.
Okay. Alexandra will take out a business card from her purse and give it to Jason.
Jason will take out a business card from his wallet and give it to you as well.
Great. Now I can reach you if I find something up to your requirements.
Of course. I'm so glad the White Tower has decided to vote against banning technology for us. It makes things so much easier.
I have to agree. But again, I will have to join my child in this little excursion, so I will see you later. Have a nice
It was a
evening.
pleasure. Indeed, it was a pleasure to have spoken with you, Alexandra.
She will smile.
And Jason will get up and give everyone a nice nod. And as he goes out, he will turn the corner of the building. And for any on outside looking at him, he'll go into the alleyway, and then he's pretty much not there, and you just see mist, and the mist kind of just fades away.
Probably the only
And
person
Jason-
that saw you is Giacobo.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
that
then
I was
Jason-
about to ask.
Yep, and then Jason goes into the alleyway. He turns into mist and basically flies away.
Okay, I noticed
And
that. I'll take a
Jason-
note of that.
And then Jason will fade the scene.
Well, let's go get the car then. You wait for me at the entrance up front. I'll go to the garage downstairs.
Look at her for a heartbeat about that, but didn't say nothing.
I mean, she's wearing nice clothes. Like,
Yeah, but the same,
That's
like,
what
it's
she's
not quite. If you well, you might get to have a bite on the way down too if someone jumps you. So all that means
anyway,
is-
you guys go to the entry so you can meet with Sabine's character, and I'll join you shortly.
All right.
Your sire is striking, Ferdinand.
Yeah, I know. She is something. So, what are your plans for the future? After, of course, you move in with your animals and stuff.
Vampires, kindred need a hobby. I found mine before actually I was embraced. I'm an occultist, sir.
Oh,
I study and deal with occult sightings and also archaeology and history. I prefer being in the library a lot, but I also like to surf and enjoy others' company. I'm not always stuck in a library. That's how one becomes stagnant.
interesting. A scholar who's fun to hang around with. That's something. I think we might get along pretty well.
Have you read much of the old lores?
Your voice cut off.
If you ever find yourself in need of some of the old wisdom and books, I have lots of it. I'm willing to share my time.
I will certainly keep that in mind. Okay, we move outside to the car.
Okay. Outside in the parking lot, there stays a white Lincoln, an old Lincoln, light with the street lights just barely scraping its hood. A young man in his late teens, looking like he's in late teens at least, filled with marks on his face, is dressed in a casual suit and rests his weight on the car and is enjoying the McDonald's cup. In the driver's seat sits a Puerto Rican man sporting a thick mustache. The window is cracked a bit to allow the smoke to escape while he's host. As he notices the two of you, he immediately recognizes Estevez, to whom he gives a short bow.
I return a curt nod back and smile a bit, and then approach him.
Mr. Estevez, what?
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm just enjoying the moonlight. Who's your friend? I didn't have the pleasure to meet.
So this is Mr. Thorn, and Mr. Thorn, this is Giacobo,
Giacobo.
which is an interesting sounding name.
Yeah, isn't it? It has a
So
certain
where-
musicality to it.
Yeah. So where are you from, Giacobo? I didn't get to ask you before.
Oh, I'm from Italy. Are you guys up to something for tonight?
I'll just be helping Thorn move some stuff, a couple of his animals. Nothing much really.
Animals.
I have some pets about to say that needed to come in. I've just moved into town. It's pleased to meet you. My name's Thorn Aluze.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. A gangrel, is it? He extends his hand to shake yours.
No, no. I'm of the old clan of Zemis.
Old clan of Simis. Interesting.
As I shake your hand, look at your obviously look over your tattoos, and then say, do you know the legends of the dragon with the two thumbs on its left hand?
I do not. I'm not familiar with that.
And nod a little bit. Like, good, and then let go, and just take a couple of steps.
Oh, I see. I see you have thrown a shade at me. I'll take that.
About to, I can use a set of hands. About to say, I'll owe you one. Something small, of course.
You mean moving such animals? Are you using them for scientific reasons, so to speak?
No, I'm using them for basic companionship, and honestly, the dog is
Oh,
protection during the
vicissitude.
day.
Very
Oh
interesting.
no, I practice not that art.
Excuse me?
My bloodline does not practice vicissitude. It actually came up later as an art of my clan.
Huh.
I will start slowly pulling up towards where you're standing and roll the windows down.
Oh, it seems someone is trying to catch your attention here.
Oh, a lady that lovely does not need to catch our attention, gentlemen. They have it already.
Miss
Oh.
Diamond!
Mr. Montenegro, nice to see you again.
Pleasure to meet you again in this fine evening.
Actually, perfect. This is exactly what I needed. Oh, madam, I cannot thank you enough. It's simple. Sometimes it's the small things, but knowing that my little friends can be safely packed in tonight and everything, it actually means quite a lot.
No need to mention it. Are we ready then?
Ooh, mind if I partake?
I try to get up in the passenger seat and see if anyone stops me.
That was prompt.
If y'all can't tell, yeah, Thorn will probably flirt with every female that it seems appropriate or not to flirt with.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not gonna stop you.
He gets about to say, pops in the passenger side, lets down his man bun, and kind of takes off his jacket.
Oh God, I have to see this. Mind if I tag along, fellow kindred?
Certainly, you may.
Are you all already met each other?
Oh, we did.
Yes, we did. Fernan, you perhaps you want to keep company to Mr. Montenegro?
Yeah,
Not
I'll
driving
be
alone.
delighted.
Certainly,
I'll be
join
delighted.
in the back seat. Hope you don't like the smoke.
I am no stranger to smoke, my friend.
It's okay. We don't have to breathe, so you don't need to worry about that. Let's get
I
in.
have to enjoy a smoke now and then. It helps remind you to breathe, if nothing else. Plus,
Well,
it's pretty.
It makes a point, that's for sure.
I will not attempt to pry you from your prey, Mr. Jeff. I'll have to ask about your name after we reach our destination. And he gets in the back seat.
I thought that you were going with your car. That's why I sent Fernan with you.
The back seat of my car.
Oh, you have a driver.
A Puerto Rico man who smokes.
Oh yeah, the Puerto Rico man. Oh my God, Jesus.
We can all fit in the
So
big guy
cheesy.
in.
Well,
We can all
I
fit
drive
in
my
your
own vehicles. Thank you very much.
To keep it simple, we should all fit in her truck, and we can put the two animals in the back.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm making a point for Fernan to go with Giacobo.
Okay.
There's a reason for everything.
I gotcha. Oh, you're a schemer. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, wow. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Was I sent to the next car with Giacobo so you two guys have some privacy or something?
Well, more
Yeah,
like
that's the
because
thing.
I asked you to do something. a couple of days ago. I don't know if you remember, my dear
Yeah,
child. Yes.
haven't really got around to do it yet.
Well, yeah. So now you have the chance to do it. Yeah,
I
I'm
get
a
on.
character. I did ask him to keep an eye on you.
Okay, let's put them two in the car for a few minutes, about to say, and the rest of us mute until give them a couple minutes and we'll come back in and do our car
Yeah.
for a few minutes till we get to the
Okay.
spot.
Okay. So, yeah, let's. I suppose you get in the car, Fernand.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
Fernand.
I take the wheel, and I start and I light up a cigarette.
You don't need to
So-
take the wheel, my friend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have a ghoul driving for me. Just step into the back seat. Act like it's a limo, okay?
All right. So I get in the back seat and light up a cigarette.
Yeah.
So
Crack the window a little bit, though.
yeah.
There, yeah.
So, Giacobo, how long have you been in the city?
I didn't really keep time. I think a few years. Definitely a few years. I'm quite accustomed to the city, if I may say so myself, but things are about to change drastically in the coming months.
Why do you say
Since,
so?
well, the Camarilla, as you know, has retaken the city really recently. And you didn't know that?
No, I am quite oblivious to the comings and goings
Oh,
around the
this
city.
city was under under my previous brethren's control. You see, I was, as you might have figured out, I used to be of another sect that established its control in the city. Now, the Camarilla has, as they say, claimed praxis to the city and moved in.
Huh.
Indeed.
It's quite interesting then to see you among the new rulers of the city. Aren't you a bit nervous, being your original background?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good assessment. That's a good assessment.
But I guess you got to do what you got to do. Anyway,
Well,
where were you?
I'm just on thin ice. I'm just on thin ice. It's no, as long as I don't do something, I'm in the clear. I intend to respect the sex traditions and my fellow kindred in the push against the Sabbat's backs in the city.
Huh. How do your previous clan members feel about you hanging around with the Camarilla?
Sorry, excuse me, my cat was howling. Can you say it again?
Yeah. What do you think your
The cat
previous...
the cat noises can be heard from behind the back seat, from the trunk.
Yeah.
Sorry
what
about
do
that. Can you repeat?
Yeah. So what do you think your old clanmates think about you getting so cozy with the Camarilla?
Oh, of course, I have denigrated my previous status. I have.
So you seem
Otherwise,
to
I
be quite in a pickle. You are kind of an outcast and you are not trusted in your new environment. It must be a bit tough. But I guess you have to just tough it out, man. So, before coming to the city, where did you live?
I'm Italian originally. Where are you
Oh,
from?
so you...
Mexico, Spain, by any chance? Brazil,
No,
maybe.
not really.
With a name
Originally,
such as Estevez.
my family is from Cuba, and
Cuba.
we immigrated to the USA when I was a child, and unfortunately, my parents passed away during that journey, and my grandmother raised me in the city of Miami, and I was raised there till I recently came to the city due to certain reasons.
Certain reasons. Everybody has a reason.
Yeah,
That at
everyone
least
has a
that's no
story.
secret. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if you ever need any help,
of course. And the same goes to you, my friend.
I can handle myself. Well, at least I have handled myself so far.
I like to think the same for myself, but you never know when you might need friends.
Well, considering you follow Miss Diamond around, I don't consider you are much in control of your own individuality. Am I correct?
Well, looks can be a bit deceiving at times. I
Yeah.
know it might look like that, but yeah,
Oh, so she's not your boss, your sire, your
I mean, she used to be, and she's the one who taught me and educated me about my new form of
mentor.
existence.
A
Yes,
mentor.
she is my mentor, but
Indeed.
she
Indeed,
is
indeed.
not she is not some kind of my boss in a very controlling sort of way. I have my independence, but I see her as a much more experienced mentor and a guide. And she has helped me a lot throughout my life.
Yeah,
Unlife, or whatever you might call it.
I understand. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like you to shut the fuck up the rest of the road. Would that
Well,
be in accordance to your wishes as well?
well, suit yourself, man. I don't mind. I'm happy smoking a cigarette.
He resumes slurping his McDonald's cup and he looks out the window and just keeps quiet. All you hear are the straw slurps while he drinks.
And I keep on puffing and filling the car with smoke.
That's it. Okay.
So are we done? This thing?
Yeah, we're done with this thing, I think. Unless you want something else to add.
Part. I mean, come on. We're gonna transfer to our car.
Yeah, I say,
Yeah,
car scene 2 ready?
Yes, car scene 2 ready.
yeah. Car scene 1 done. We're done. That's what we want, man.
Alexandra, thank you again.
Well, it's not a big deal, and I'd like to see a little bit of the city. I mean, I have only arrived a few days ago, and I've been attending business for most of it.
Is business how you decided to spend your requiem, so to speak?
Well, we need to settle down. I mean, I don't expect me to be staying at the hotel indefinitely. I need to get my affairs in order here.
I found a small place close by, but I would like to be close to the actual beach. I'd like in a second little haven.
That might be a problem.
Why?
Haven't you heard, Thorn?
I
The
is there a
beach?
domain issue? It just says
No, it's a Sabbat issue.
I thought. Oh,
Daytona is
I know.
still a Sabbat area. We need to liberate it first before
Oh,
we're close.
disappointing. Very disappointing.
Well, you don't need to purchase property if you want to wait. You can just rent something, and when the area is free, you can request perhaps to be moved there.
We have learned patience.
This might take a while, however.
We have learned patience already, and it was a hard lesson to learn. Simple question: our tattooed friend in the car behind us. What is his story?
Hmm, I do not know many things. I know that he's ex-Sabbat, and I do not trust him.
You know his. Do we know his lineage?
He is Lasombra.
I visibly wince but then try to correct it like it's unfair to judge a kindred by his lineage. I'm a firm believer in this.
Yeah, that might be the case. It doesn't mean that I'm going to offer him any trust.
I also can't think of a more likely planted Sabat agent. Yes.
Yes, this crossed my mind. I actually thought that the prince was pretty lenient with him.
Maybe he knows something that we do not. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt.
Or maybe
Plus,
he's playing the long game, and that's his strategy. Personally, I would prefer if he's not a spy and he's genuine with his current inclinations.
of
Be-
course, but my lady, we hope for peace, of course, but we both know to play in for what.
I also have the same hopes for you as well.
Consider me as safe as candy. I'm not interested in business overwhelmingly. I will, of course, make up something to keep my resources, of course. But I won't be trampling into your area, ma'am.
Do you have any ideas of what you want to do?
Studies. About to say, I'm engrossed in my studies. Unlike the Tremere, I see no reason, however, to not go outside and appreciate walks on the moon and surfing at night, though.
No, I
You
mean
know, you should know what I mean,
more
madam.
when it comes
Living.
to business. How are you going to keep up your resources?
Um, I have books and contacts. I'm planning on opening a small bookstore, and in fact, already found a location. I'll have to, when I know more about the city, I'll find out kindred in that area to find out whose domain it is in.
Very interesting. May I make a suggestion to you?
Of course, I do have some cash.
Well, it's about. I noticed that you perhaps know a few languages.
Mm-hmm. I had to study them.
Well,
My
I'm
lawyer
sure that
required.
there are many kindred in the city interested in learning more. So, what do you know?
Languages and lore, of course, from the old world. I've studied for probably 75 years or more, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what the elders know. But I'm not at liberty to show. Not everyone needs to know everything, madam. I'm not talking
This
about
is not what
little.
I'm asking. I'm asking what languages do you speak?
Oh, let me pop my sheet open.
You should have had it open already, dude.
And I have it on my other page, but not on this one. Latin, American, Russian, and high, for real, like one of the old Babylonian texts. I do not know Enochian yet, but I know one of the first city languages, so I can start translating that stuff. And I've got books on more languages. I will have about 8 or 9. So back in character, I'm fluent in 3 or 4, but I'm currently in learning more.
Well, that can be a source for you. You can teach other kindred more languages.
Languages and business are means to an end. This is the location. The little bit. Is our buddy still following us? Madam, I'll give you real fast. When we get out here, I'll show you what my prime interest is.
All right.
Give her a little wink. And seen as we pull outside a outdoor vet that stayed open for me because I called them and offered them $500 extra to stay up for me to come by and pick up my
Yeah,
kitty
I'll
cat and
park
doggy at 2 o'clock in the morning.
outside and I'll walk with you in there. Just asserting dominance.
Since we pull in first, the other car will pull in second or a few seconds after. So I get out of the car first, and look at Alexandra and say, just simply wait there for a second. I'm going to show you something very simple.
All right.
Start walking up to the door, which the lights are on at the little bed place because I assume they're waiting for me. Probably very upset and very sleepy and ready to go back to bed because I did call them and wake them up and to come in. I get too far away from you to hear me and simply whisper a word. And at the moment you see my lips move, you feel the wind rush up your dress. It does not push it up, but it ruffles it really hard. And you can hear my words in your ear as I whisper, "That's a beautiful dress."
She will giggle and start walking towards the door as well.
As you do, I keep a wind at your back and it kind of swirls around. Not a lot, but enough to kind of make your hair flow and your dress look all uber awesome and dramatic.
That's cool.
When you get close to me, I simply say, with practice and lots of it, madam, one can ask the spirits for small blessings. That is what I've spent my life truly doing.
Very interesting.
And as soon as they pop out the other door, the wind just dies. It just whoosh. But warning, every now and then, and remember, you all bring it up too. I do have the 1-point flaw, Cold Breeze, which is my little spirit companion, who's a little air elemental, will every now and then fly into the area and possibly knock shit over and harass things. And
Yeah, I'll try to disregard it because, we have to keep an image here.
yeah, I kind of like a little poltergeist that follows me at times. You guys made it and wave them over. Let me go talk to the vet, which will give you all 3 to 4 minutes to talk amongst yourselves. So I'll disappear for about 2 minutes.
Pratik went for dinner.
Well, he's a hungry boy, isn't he? He went out of the car and just excused himself. I'm very hungry, sorry. Just gotta go for a sec, so. It's just the 2 of us.
That's fine, that's fine.
Well, I assume about 2 or 3 minutes later, I come up with 2 animals on a leash. One of them is the mixed breed Rottweiler German Shepherd, which is a pretty dog. It looks like a Rottweiler, just a little bit fuzzy.
What?
I thought you said there would be crates.
I'm like, and smile a little bit. Whisper in animalism to him, like, go be friendly, and let go of the leash, and put the leash in his little mouth, and point toward Esteban. And pat Dracula, the Rottweiler, on the butt and kind of push him toward Esteban. So he'll go up to Esteban and drop his
He's
leash.
not here.
Esteban.
You want to eat.
But he's still there.
And it's Estevez, not Esteban. It's Fernan.
Sorry. That's his last name.
Yeah, it's Fernan.
Did we go about Fernan. Fernan now has a new Rottweiler, and then I'll come out with Chitara, who's my pretty fully grown Savannah cat type thing.
Yeah. I have them here. That's the best I could do. I couldn't make the cat full.
Aw.
Do you have space for such creatures?
I will, but to say I have the resources to buy a decent sized property. I don't want anything large, but I want like an enclosure in the backyard. I want like a house. I don't need a giant house, but I do need a house.
To keep jackals in your, or leopards or in your house?
Not a leopard. It's a savannah.
A savannah cat.
And
Intriguing.
It's out, dude. About to say they're beautiful animals.
Beautiful, yes.
Yeah, and I come out and I make a kind of a girl of myself and absolutely love on the puppy and the kitty cat for a few minutes.
That's adorable.
I also have a cat in the trunk.
In the trunk?
Why would you have a cat in your trunk?
She doesn't want to be near me, so I'm keeping her in the trunk because she'll scratch at me.
Well, if this is an end scene, this is interesting because I figure each of the large animals can fit easily in each of the vehicles. So whichever vehicle has the cat in the trunk is
My
probably
Vic.
going to. Yeah.
What?
I want the kitty cat because she's a little bit harder to control. The dogs are pretty standard. So I'm
Uh,
going to give you
I'm
Dracula.
confused. Are we in character or what?
Well, in
both
character,
of your
I assume I'm
animals
going to give
can
you
fit in my
Dracula.
car.
Whoa! Hold on, one at a time.
It's more fun this way. If I give Dracula to Chicago, say your name for me.
Giacobo.
Giacobo.
Because that's just more funny because he'll discover the cat in the trunk in a few minutes, and I'll take the cat with us and Alexandra. How's that sound? Because that's just more funny.
Well,
Oh, but well, I already found my cue to mention it.
to be
Fuck.
yeah, but realistically, they are sitting in the back seat of his car because he has a driver. So where is the dog gonna go exactly?
And good point. They both would easily fit in your large vehicles.
Yeah, I can just take the back seats down so they have more space and they'll be fine.
Because it would have been hilarious when the dog started and started
Yeah.
hearing the cat in the trunk.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to free up space in the back seat, just be careful. Okay. I have a cat. Don't let it escape, please.
That's
Well, in that case, I just look at them like, you have a cat in the trunk? Why is it? And then I stop asking because you're not supposed to ask personal questions.
Yeah. Well, I already explained it to you, bro.
I'll just go to the car and drop the back seat so I make more space and throw a tarp over whatever part of the car is still uncovered because I wouldn't want a bunch of hair on my luxury vehicle.
Oh, don't worry. Oh yeah.
I do
That's a
thank
good call,
you
actually.
Thank you so much again. And there's a good boy, Dracula, who's your good boy. And yes, I get down and put my nose right on it and everything. And rub him, that's to say. And Chitara, who's a good girl. That's right. Who's an elegant, beautiful girl. That's right. And we lay down.
Pet your cat.
Come
I'm
again?
sorry?
Can I pet your cat?
Oh, I'll come down to Chitara and rub her around the ears and whisper in animalism. This is your friend. She chases mice like it's crazy. It's awesome. You're going to love her.
I'm gonna pet the
And
cat.
yeah, I ask her to be polite with you. She will let you pet her.
This is actually very pretty. I like this one.
If I was any other blood madam, I would have been a gangrel.
Hmm.
Well,
Well,
you're not very far from it.
I think you and Jason are going to get along just fine. But
Mm.
yes, let's get this little pretty in the car so we can return home. Jacobo, perhaps you would want to show my child around a little bit more.
Come again, please.
You can show my child around a little bit more around the city. I will make sure I return Mr. Alusai back to the hotel. And I trust that you will make sure that my child returns safely.
Of course, I should show your child safely back to the hotel too.
All right.
It was most pleasant to meet you both, of course. Chakabu, I'm afraid we have some things in common, being a little bit untrusted because of our previous PR blunders of people that are completely not us. Perhaps we'll talk about that someday.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss our benefits towards the Camarilla sometime. Make sure
Camarilla
that.
way to go.
Come again?
I'd say the Camarilla is simply the way to go. But to say, I'm not sure. Yeah, but to say they say you were ex-Abat, but people can't pick and choose. People can pick and choose. So it's glad to see you on the right side.
Well, let actions speak. And my actions spoke, I suppose. That's why I'm alive here talking to you.
Shall we get back in the car, Thorn?
Absolutely, madam. And open the door for her, and then go around to the other side. Or ask her, would you like me to drive?
That is fine. I'll do the driving.
Excellent.
Juan, fetch the driver's seat. Juan, open our doors, please. Juan quickly gets out of the car, opens the doors, lets both Giacobo and Fernand in, and then you can hear from inside the car. Close the doors and follow them.
Aren't you supposed to go and show Fernan around?
Yeah, I'm going to show him right to his hotel. That's what I said I'd do.
Oh, great.
I think that's actually a good scene. So I'm about to say, as I get in the car, I'll just look up to the moon and say, whisper kind of, Orlando. And we have theme music? We need theme music.
If I may.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Country
you.
roads.
Since you are also in the process of proving yourself, I would be willing to vouch for you, provided that you keep an eye on that one as well for me.
It shall be done.
So, if you discover something that's suspect or questionable, you'll come to me, right? And she will smile at him seductively.
First over anybody. And nod.
Good. I think we'll have a lot of good times together. And so start driving off. I think that's a good place to end the scene, by the way. Agreed?
Agreed. I tried to nail you when we get back on with animals watching on in your bed.
Yeah. The animals are not going anywhere near my suite, okay?
Well, they get dropped off then, I guess. Yeah.
And the fact that he's flirting doesn't mean that he's gonna do anything right away. So, like, you have to prove yourself to be trustworthy first.
He pretty much is. He doesn't have any too many. He doesn't have too many dark secrets in the
We
closet.
didn't know you. Anyway, let's end the scene and we'll discuss that. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you next time.
Love everybody.